What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to this episode of G4 Outdoors. Previously, the last 4 days, we've been out at Grand Lake at Grove, Oklahoma. I got it right that time. So anyway, we've been catching tons of fish. Now it's time to cook some fish. I'm going to show you guys easy, simple way and delicious way to cook fish. I'm going to close the screen because I keep looking at it. Now I can look at you. Have an intimate moment, just me and you guys. Is that all right? So we're up here in a cabin, just a small cabin. Quick look around. That is the tour. We're done. So we're going to dig in, cook some fish. I'm just going to show you a simple, quick way to cook fish when we're up here. Yeah, it's not a lot of room to store a lot of ingredients. So quick and simple is what we need. Not much storage. As I already said, let's get into it.
For the love of guitars, girls, green grass, and guns. Yeah. I was busted outside the bus.
First, we're just going to start off with your basic but very good and trustworthy Zatarain's fish fry. We got some catfish. We got some white bass. Now you got we're just using a water bath and putting it in the Zatarain's. Nothing fancy at all, but the Zatarain's itself is super good. If I can find what we put on top of that. Lemon and pepper seasoning. Gotta have your lemon with fish. And a really good tartar sauce we got. You know what, I didn't think tartar sauce mattered. I am telling you what, the Louisiana tartar sauce is phenomenal. Like, it's not just your basic tartar sauce, it's really tartar sauce. Look at these thick slabs. Oh. Now, if I'm not mistaken, this one here is a blue cat just because of its size. I know they were the bigger fish we caught in a regular channel. Woo-hoo. And tater cakes for some reason. Let's talk about something important. 350. Don't mess with it. You don't need 4, you don't need 3, you don't need 325. 350, always and forever. Set your oil on 350. Quick little test. Throw some water in there. Of course, the fish are already frying, but just flick a little water in there. Once it starts bubbling, once it's angry, it's all done. Throw your fish in there. Thick sides like this, you're probably going to want to do 5 to 6 minutes per side. But on your basic slabs, probably 4 minutes a side. That might be a little bit too long. Catfish is a little bit easier to cook than the others, in my opinion. These got mixed up. Yeah, catfish, when you're cooking these, the center stripe right here, this will start to separate and split open when this is just about done. I actually pull them out when that starts to split open. It means it's starting to become really flaky. That's when I like to call them done. But you got this big fat piece right here that takes a little bit longer to cook. And that's another reason why I enjoy smaller catfish. They're easier to cook, and they're easier to eat. Although those are fun to catch and eat also. Now, while we're out here, we're just using the Zatarain's. And if you go back to a previous episode, I'll leave a link right up here. You'll see that we used Frank's Red Hot as our adherent. That is very delicious. I recommend going back and watching that video. Also, Lake Fork guy, he does that a lot on his white bass. It's really good. But just quick and simple, the Zatarain's fish fry is phenomenal. I'd rather have the Frank's Red Hot though. If you're wondering if there's any other ways to tell if your fish are done or about done, look at the ends, the very skinny pieces. Those will start to curl when they're done as well. You don't want to get them too crispy, but the thin pieces is definitely a telltale sign. When they start coming up, you either want to flip it or check it to see if it's done.
Maybe.
You can see how they're really nice, golden brown, nice. But right here is that center line where I was talking about how this will start to split open. See when I did that, a little bitty flake. Ooh, where'd the lens go? Son. We're not frying my camera. Yeah, you can see how this is starting to split open right here as we turned it over. Right there. When that splits open, your fish is really starting to breathe, open up, and get flaky. Right in here. But you still have to cook this fat part a little bit longer than the thin part right here. Another thing we got going on here with the catfish, the white bass, and the crappie, we do have 3 different kinds of fish in here. A lot of people will say, when you put it in this, anytime you use a batter of your own, they're going to say that you're not going to be able to tell the difference between fish. And to some people, you're probably not going to know what you're eating. But I can explain on these 3 types of fish right here. Catfish I really enjoy because catfish, you get a fish taste out of it. A fishy taste, I should say. They all taste like fish, but a fishy, really fishy taste out of catfish. The crappie are really light and flaky. They're not as meaty, but it's a really light texture and flavoring. Not quite as fishy as catfish. And the white bass, that's totally different. And if you're going through them, you'll really tell a difference. The white bass are meaty and flaky. It's kind of like a really large crappie. It's not going to be as light tasting as the crappie. It's going to be meaty. Kind of like you're eating a fish steak. So I enjoy all of these. Catfish is probably my favorite. Don't hate. Don't hate. Catfish is probably my favorite. And that's why I do a lot of catfishing, because that's what I enjoy. Out here, these guys go for white bass and crappie. I'm gonna chow down on some catfish tonight. Now the grease is hot. You always want to be sure and wear your protective footing so you don't burn your toes. One thing that you do not want to do is take your fish, put it in the batter, and leave it here. Once you take your fish, put it in the batter, it goes directly into the grease. If you leave it in here, your batter is going to get real clumpy. And the same if you don't rinse it or if you don't let it drip off very good, you're going to get a lot of clumps in here and your batter will go bad more quickly. So yeah, once your fish comes out, it goes into the batter and then straight into the pan. Don't leave them in there. Now that you got them all cooked up, you just need a healthy scoop of beaner wieners, tartar sauce.
I just want you to treat me like you would a family.
There's one thing that you don't want to do when you're cooking your fish. You do not want to stack them on top of each other either. You'll make everything underneath it really soft. So you don't want to stack them. You either want to go get you need to get another pan. Don't stack them. All right, just a short video on cooking fish, how to cook fish, what to do, what to look for, what not. I hope it helped you guys out. If it did, guys, it's just a short video. I appreciate everybody sticking around. Anyways, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, leave a comment down below, and we will see you in the next one. I'm out.
Spent the night in a half the cage. Couldn't wait to get back on stage. Now I'm alright. Hook me up a little appetite for a whole lot of guitars, girls, green grass, and gum.